Hello, welcome to Bounty and Soul's Plant Powered Kitchen. My name is Lyric. I'm here today to talk about watermelon. We had so many watermelons that went out yesterday, Tuesday, at our no-cost market. So I'm going to talk about how to cut watermelons, some of the benefits of watermelon, and share with you a few of my favorite watermelon recipes. My favorite thing about watermelon is that it is so hydrating. It has a really high water content. It's estimated that a watermelon is around 92% water, the edible part, the pink part. So that's a lot of water. So your body needs water to function every single day, and while it's really important to be drinking water, just drinking glasses of water, you can also absorb a lot of water by the foods that you eat if they have a really high water content like watermelon. It's interesting because humans need more water in the hot summertime, and that happens to be when a lot of really water-rich foods grow, like watermelon, cucumbers come to mind, grapes. And beyond being so hydrating, watermelon provides a lot of vitamins and minerals. We have vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin C. Watermelons have a high concentration of lycopene, which is an antioxidant. Antioxidants help to slow oxidation in your body, and oxidation can lead to certain forms of cancer. So by introducing more fresh fruits and vegetables that have antioxidants into your diet, you can help to strengthen your body's natural functions and natural responses to prevent cancer and other diseases and inflammation. So let's get into cutting the melon. The first thing you want to do is cut it in half. If you're looking to eat watermelon like by the wedge, you want to cut it lengthwise along the long part of the watermelon. If you want to cut it into cubes or something for a recipe, you could cut it lengthwise or horizontal. I'm going to cut it through the middle, not long ways. Long ways being from tip to tip. I'm going to cut it around the round part. Any fruit or vegetable that you eat, you want to be washing it really thoroughly, and that is still true for fruits and vegetables that you don't eat the rind or the outside. So this is like oranges, avocados, watermelon, honeydew melon, anything that you're going to cut through the rind and get into, you want to be washing the outside, because if you think about it, when you're cutting through the outside, you're pulling down through the inside anything that's on the surface of this melon. So there could be germs, there could be like foodborne illnesses, dirt, lots of different things. You know, this watermelon traveled a long way to be on my table today, so I'm not sure what it's touched, and I'm just going to give it a really good wash to stay safe. Using a serrated knife will work best for fruits like melons that have a really hard rind. I cut my watermelon straight through the middle. Look at that color! It's so beautiful. So I talk about this a lot if you've ever been to my cooking demos at our in-person markets. You want to get to a flat surface as quickly as possible. So now I have a flat surface and I can put my watermelons face down like that, and so now they're not going to roll around anymore, right? Because that's the dangerous part of cutting something that's round, is that it's going to be moving around. Now I'm going to cut each of my halves in half, and then I'll have quarters. So I'm going to cut straight from the top down. I have my quarter watermelon here, and so if you want to eat your watermelon like wedges, you can just put this face down on your cutting board and then cut whatever width wedges you'd like out of the melon like this. And there's a wedge. If you don't want to cut wedges, you want to cut cubes so that you can add cubed watermelon to a fruit salad or a watermelon cucumber salad like I'm going to make. You can take a smaller knife and take your quarter, and you can cut into the pink flesh of the watermelon, and I'm not cutting all the way through the rind. I'm letting my knife stop at the rind, and that happens very naturally, but I'm cutting through the flesh. So you can see I've made slices about the width that I want my cubes to be, and now I'm going to make slices the opposite direction. So you can see I have slices going this way and slices going this way, and now I can just take a spoon and scoop out the cubes. Ta-da! So now I have my bowl of watermelon cubes, and I have no more flesh left in my watermelon quarter. So you can do that with all of your quarters, Another way to make cubes is if you want to cut it into wedges, and then you can just cut down into the wedge, flat on the cutting board. Cut it off of the rind, and then just cut cubes from there. Either way. So however you decide to cut your watermelon, you do want to store it in the refrigerator after you cut it. Watermelons are totally fine to store at room temperature when they're whole, but once you cut it, it needs to go in the refrigerator. I made a watermelon cucumber salad with my chopped diced watermelon. It has watermelon cubes, chopped cucumber, fresh mint, and red wine vinegar. Full recipe is in the description of this video. I use fresh mint, but you could also use fresh basil. We have lots of fresh regionally grown basil coming to our markets, I believe starting Friday, that we just purchased, which is really exciting. We heard from the community that your number one herb that you want to see is basil. So that's coming soon. You can absolutely use it in this recipe. I really love this simple recipe because you get the sweetness and the juiciness of the watermelon, and also like the hydrating coolness of the cucumber. But it's not all fruit, so it's not like super crazy sweet, and adding in that red wine vinegar gives it just a little bit of acidity to balance out the sweetness of the watermelon. I also made a watermelon and mint slushie. I made my slushie by freezing watermelon cubes for over 24 hours, and then just blending those with a tiny bit of maple syrup, some mint leaves, and lime juice, and it is super, super yummy. It has like more of a slushy consistency, like a sorbet almost, than like a creamy smoothie. So these were just a few ideas on how to enjoy your watermelon. Of course, you can always just eat it by the wedge or the slice. I would love to hear how you're going to enjoy your watermelon. Feel free to leave your ideas in the comments.